When one woman is empowered, every woman is empowered. The achievement of every woman inspires and motivates the rest of us. This is the African Leading Ladies. Welcome back. Wazawazi is a feature done by June Musyoka, which talks about a luxury leather brand headed by one economist, Chebet Mutai. Take a look.
Wazawazi, a place where the essence of Africa, luxury and culture meet. The handcrafted handbags, clutches, wallets, leather seats, laptop holders and even phone cases are made here in Nairobi. The brand proudly calls itself an unapologetic ambassador of Africa, and on this cold Nairobi morning we set out to meet Chebet Mutai, the owner and founder of Wazawazi Company Limited.
Wazawazi is an Afrocentric leather luxury brand from Nairobi that seeks to tell the story of modern-day Africa, also seeks to create opportunities for young talented Kenyans. Job creation is very important to the Wazawazi narrative.
Chebet, an economist by training, left a highly sought after and well-paying consulting job at the World Bank, a place that she discovered what has become her passion.
Wazawazi originally started as a clothes making brand back in 2012. In 2014, we specialized fully in leather goods making, and that's all we do.
From an economist working as a consultant at the World Bank to an entrepreneur, or rather the founder of a leather bag making business right here in Kenya, we meet Chebet Mutai, who is the founder of Wazawazi Company, which is helping maintain the African culture through pure leather.
As an economist, I worked to reduce poverty. That was the mandate, through access to finance. And when you travel across the continent, the narrative is the same. People need jobs, people need opportunities. And so that job gave me the platform to see that despite the boundaries, we are the same and we need jobs. So I thought to myself, what can I do that would create opportunities? And that is why Wazawazi started. We do not import any leather. We have some of the best tanneries in the world, and it is with a great sigh of relief that I see the government making the leather sector a key agenda item, because we have huge herds of cattle on the continent, and specifically in Kenya we have a lot of cows because of our pastoralist community and also our strong dairy farming culture. Beyond bags, we have shoes and upholstery leather available locally, which is actually world-class leather.
With a strong conviction, she knew that Africa needed more entrepreneurs and more manufacturing to solve some of the continent's major problems, like unemployment among the youth. She wanted to be part of those solving this perennial challenge.
Our aesthetic is unapologetically Afrocentric. We're not trying to sell Italian bags in Kenya, for example. We sell Kenyan bags that are an interpretation of our context. So we find that a lot of our very loyal clients relate to that story. You know, they want to express being African in a modern day world. They travel all over the world, but they still choose. You know, a client will call you and say, I'm going to Rome, I need a bag. I mean, that's just inspiring, and that is the profile of the client that we have. People who are very proud of who they are, where they're from, and want to communicate this to the rest of the world.
Marketing a small business isn't easy by any measure, but word of mouth has been her strongest selling point, and her friends have supported her from the very first day.
The best way to market a small business is word of mouth, and I would like to thank my clients for all the loyalty and support and continued repeat business that they have given us, the referrals, and the overall, you know, camaraderie that they accord to us. That has been the main way that we have grown. We've also used social media marketing, and then we have a shop at Valley Arcade but there's only, I think so far, that can help us in terms of our geographic location. So now we are trying to form new communities online by taking the business online and being an e-commerce business more than a geographically bound business.
Wazawazi's target market has grown from just friends to an international market who order directly or via social media platforms.
It's not easy, but if it was easy, everyone would do it. So I think what it takes is just a commitment to the passion, and then identifying, I think first of all, is identifying what you're passionate or good at. Building a good brand is around having a good story and hoping that the most important person in that process, who is your client, is happy. We faced a lot of challenges in the leather industry. The most obvious one is that there are several doing business challenges in the country that make it really difficult to operate. And those can really break your back. Things like importation of equipment. I mean, we're supposed to create jobs, but then we end up having to pay so many taxes in import of equipment, especially the most specialized the machine is. You know, someone looks at it and they're like, oh, what is this? It must be very fancy. And it could be a simple machine, but because it's not known, that also causes a bit of a situation. Power, the cost of power is prohibitively expensive. And also fabrication, it's really ironic that we cannot fabricate very basic things. We have to import very simple parts.
Patience and consistency has been key in Chebet's entrepreneurial journey. Keeping of contacts and maintaining a mentorship relationship with the well-experienced entrepreneurs has helped her cut her age, and her advice: know who your number one competitor is in the business field.
There is a lot of need to do on-job training. Because there is no place that you go and you train. So we're thinking of having maybe a technical college here. We've done the pilot and we realized that in 3 to 6 months, a committed student having full-time classes will be able to learn how to work leather in a competitive manner. I currently do the design work. I've had support, but we're looking to have a permanent designer. Our social media handles are Wazawazi on Facebook. On Twitter, it's Wazawazi Kenya, and Instagram, it's also Wazawazi Kenya.
Reporting for Fanaka TV, I am June Musio.
Moving on, the history of Kenyan women in business is important to the society. And today, we take a look at the journey of one renowned businesswoman, Dr. Jennifer Riria. Dr. Jennifer Riria is the Group CEO of Kenya Women Holding and one of Africa's leading women entrepreneurs who has always been on a mission to transform the lives of women and their families here in Kenya. She is distinguished as a microfinance banker, practitioner, researcher, and gender specialist. She has served in many leadership roles for which she has been recognized locally and internationally. In 2013, she was awarded the Ernst & Young EY Entrepreneur of the Year, East Africa 2013, and subsequently the EY Entrepreneur of the Year Award 2014. At this point, she was admitted to EY's Global Hall of Fame. Jennifer started as a teacher in 1979. After her second degree, she returned to her native Kenya and registered for her doctorate degree at the Kenyatta University, during part-time at the same university. In 1991, she joined Kenya Women Finance Trust, a microfinancial institution founded in 1982. As at 1991, when Jennifer arrived, KWFT was in bad shape, understaffed, and losing money. Jennifer worked as CEO, janitor, accountant, loan officer, and receptionist. Her efforts began to bear fruit and the institution stabilized. In 2010, the institution was split into Kenya Women Finance Bank and Kenya Women Holding Limited. The holding company rebranded to Eco Network Africa Limited in February 2018. Jennifer is now the incumbent CEO of the holding company. Jennifer Riria, an entrepreneur and also an author of 2 books. Make sure you keep in touch with us at Fanaka Digital on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. On our Real Business segment, we take a look at Evelyn Owala, who left her banking job to join bodybuilding, and now she owns her own fitness center. Bodybuilding is the use of progressive resistant exercise to control and develop one's musculature. Here in Kenya, the sport was started years back with small tournaments and has attracted hundreds of participants. Evelyn Owala, a personal fitness trainer and owner of Eval Health and Fitness, once Miss Kenya, she won the 2016 championship. 5 years ago, she started with watching bodybuilding videos on the internet, and that in turn motivated her into the sport. And now Evelyn Owala owns her own fitness health center. And for our quote of the week, we look at Gracia Machel, a politician and a humanitarian from Mozambique. Sadly, that's all we had for you this week. But remember to keep in touch on Facebook, Twitter, and keep the conversation going. For now, take care, and we will see you once again next week. I've been your host, Patricia Esikote.